Good morning, Collective. It's Una Fierce, and this is the Eclectic Witch Tarot Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am going to start this reading by clearing the energy here. If you don't like the sound of bells, cover your ears. All right, Spirit, please help me to bring a clear and concise message for the collective energy for, let's see, it's Friday, actually, Friday, April 3rd. And I am going to start with the Moonology deck. It is not a particular moon cycle, which I usually save these for, but I am just feeling inspired to use them today, so I am going to roll with it. All right, Spirit. A clear and concise message for the collective, please, for Friday, April 3rd. It'd be fantastic. All right, Spirit, what would you like the collective to know? One card, thank you. We have, it's time to release negativity. All right, I can vibe with that. All right, Spirit. What about this? We have a personal issue reaches resolution. All right. Tell me about this personal issue reaching resolution. It's like a tongue twister. Personal issue. Spirit. There it is. Thank you. It's time to take action. All right. And there's the next one. You are very close to achieving your goal. That sounds good. And one more for us, Spirit. All right. Oh boy, a fiery climax approaches. All right, so we have a lot of full moon energy in this. All right. So I feel like whoever this reading is for, you've been having a hard time holding on to positive vibes, okay? Maybe some things in your reality have been a little harder than usual to deal with, okay? My Spirit's saying you really have to focus on the things that are going right, okay? Personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like you're realizing there's a way to go around this, whatever it is that's making you feel like I hear there's no hope, okay, or it's just not going to work, or okay, I feel like you're with it being a personal issue. I feel like that's a Spirit's letting you know that like really this is about how you're viewing it, okay? You really are going to have to do your best to see what's good and what's going on, okay? It's time to take action. I feel like you've been stuck on something, okay? Maybe it's because you're not seeing the happy ending, okay? But Spirit's saying keep continuing forward, okay? You're very close to achieving your goal, whatever it is that you're working on, that you're trying to accomplish for yourself, you're getting there, okay? Even if it feels distant, Spirit's saying it's not that distant, okay? But then we have this happy, fiery climax at the ending here. So I feel like that's a warning that, I don't know, maybe you're manifesting this if you're expecting something negative to happen, most likely it will. So I feel like you're going to want to do what you can to rewire your brain and your thought patterns about whatever it is, okay? But maybe there is going to be some sort of challenge coming up, okay? I feel like that's with somebody that you're working with, or apparently it's some sort of person, okay? You normally wouldn't be fiery with yourself. So I feel like you've manifested some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of block, okay, with you and someone else, okay? All right, so about that. Let's see, Spirit, where do I go from here? Excuse me. Let's see. I think we'll go here. Clarify these life situations, Spirit. All right. Let's see what's going on. All right, spirits, tell us about it's a time to release this negativity. We need to know about that. All right. Trust your path, listen to your intuition, seek direction, and embrace discovery. Answers reveal the journey within. And we have enjoy the journey. Embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. All right. I feel like, I feel like this is just how you're looking at this, okay? Spirit's letting you know you are doing the things that you know, that are resonating for you, okay, that you have drawn in for yourself, okay? You are on the right path. You are doing what you seek, okay? But I feel like something's happening in the background that's got you focusing on that rather than your purpose, what it is that you're trying to do. I feel like Spirit's just reminding you really have to find the good in this, okay? It says enjoy the journey, all right? Maybe even when we don't see where we're going, okay, it doesn't mean that, it's dark and scary forest, all right? It just means that we don't have to know all the details, okay? But we can trust and know that the divine has our back, and trust and know that we are here for a reason, that we didn't just wander here and get lost. Like, we came here because we were meant to be here, okay? But there's always going to be things on our path that are going to throw us for a loop and whatever. That's just life, okay? But we have to focus on the good things that we're seeing and the lessons that we're learning, even good and bad and ugly, okay? They're there for a reason. So if we can just try to understand why things are happening the way they are and what good can come of it, what can we learn from it, what can we take from that's going to help us to be a better person, okay? Then and focus on the things that are good that are happening and giving gratitude for it and being thankful for the lessons and being thankful for the archons and being thankful for the anything and everything, even the negativity, okay, that's being brought towards us, okay. It's all for our highest and greatest good for us to learn how to navigate those emotions and how to navigate those energies, how to get around them, okay, and create something beautiful anyway, okay. So Spirit's asking you to just try to stop focusing on the things that are negative, okay? And just start focusing on the things that are good that are coming from it, all right? Tell us about a personal issue, Spirit. Thank you. This is a lot of cards. The first one is getting better. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome improvements one step at a time. And then we have connections guide, harness the power of networks, cultivate meaningful relationships, and strategize your path to success. And then we have inner vision, cut through the fog of confusion with the power of discernment. Oh, okay. All right. I feel like there have been some energies that have been put in your path that are for you to learn from, okay? I feel like you're learning about discernment, whose energy you can trust, whose you should back away from. Okay, I feel like you're feeling like you thought these people that you're working with were going to be the best case scenario for you to learn from, okay, um, and to work with. But I feel like you're realizing that they're not exactly what you thought they were, all right? Um, there is power in connections, okay, and in working with other people, but maybe you have picked the wrong people, okay? Maybe they're not exactly on the same vibrational level you are, right? Um, I feel like this is a lesson in discernment. You're learning who are the ones that you're supposed to work with and who are not the ones that you're supposed to work with, okay? But I feel like you're not supposed to get hung up on that if you're realizing that, these people are maybe not the ones for you, then that's okay. Um, the good news is you learned, how to decipher who's who, okay? And that this, not to beat yourself up about it, because that was maybe the point of coming into connection with these people, was to realize, how to recognize energy. Yeah, that's what I'm getting about that. All right, Spirit, tell us about it's time to take action. All right, that didn't quite come out. Right track. You are going in the right direction, so just keep moving forward. We have more adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path and wisdom. And then we have take precautions. Remain vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate life's journey. All right, I'm feeling like with this more adventures card, the right track, more adventures, take precautions. I feel like you're thinking that it might be time to move forward and move on, okay, from what it is that you've been doing. Maybe you've been doing that a lot and you're hesitating because you're tired of the constant change, okay? But I feel like Spirit's letting you know that change is okay. You're learning to roll with it, all right? You're learning to ebb and flow with whatever circumstances you're being met with, okay? But that there's more out there for you, okay? Don't feel like you're stuck in any one setting, okay? You're just keep moving forward. If you're not feeling good about where you are, then start looking in other places. Okay. Remaining vigilant and receptive, learning from each revelation as you navigate life's journey. Okay, so now that you're learning how to discern energy better, now you know what not to receive as for you. Now you're learning what you are looking for. Okay. Make sure that there are people that you feel good about their energy. Maybe get to know them a little bit better before you move into something quickly. Okay, so it says take precautions. Maybe it would be in order to take your time with this. Okay, kind of make sure that you're on the right track before you get going on it. Really pay attention to energy. Okay, you're very close to achieving your goal. We've got steady progress. Move with deliberate care as patience and alternativeness guide you to thoughtful achievements. We also have on your own, it's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective. And we have unity blooms, foster harmony and connection within your community, nurturing bonds that bring us together. Yeah, again, I feel like slow and steady wins the race. Okay. I feel like maybe you've been in the company of other people too much. Okay. You need to find a way to get some fresh perspective, get some alone time, and really look at your own needs, what it is that your spirit is calling for you. Okay. What would make you happier if you're unhappy with the way things are going? What is it that you need to change? Okay. And I feel like there are some people in your life that are on your level, okay? I feel like you're being called to look at working with them more, okay? Stepping away from the ones that don't really resonate with your energy, but keep working steadily towards your own goals, whether they're a part of it or not. And if there is a feeling of, um, someone that you're working with that is good, that thing is working out good, then maybe focus more on that. Okay. Oh Lord, tell us about this fiery climax, Spirit, please. Trust the process, embrace uncertainty, have faith in the journey unfolding before you. Yeah, I feel like that's just like, I feel like this is not really gonna be in your control, okay? Like maybe it is to the point where you might have put some of your energy into this happening, okay, as far as not looking at it positively. Maybe you're just having a hard time seeing anything good about it anymore, okay? So that's where you've contributed to it, okay? But I feel like this is just simply a warning that something's about to drop, okay? And I feel like there's not going to be much you can do about what happens here, that you just are, again, going to be called to roll with the punches, okay? Spirit's saying, it's going to be, it feels like the rug being pulled out from under you again, okay? But um, have faith that God has always got your back. He always has, He always will. He, she, they, whatever you call God, the universe, okay, the creator. Um, just remember that you're always okay. Try not to get too upset about it when this happens, okay? Because you know that you've been through this before, and you know that everything happens for your highest and greatest good. So if you're being called away from certain people in your life, then that's because they are not in alignment with you and they don't belong on your path. And I feel like you're already feeling that. And if they're not helping you to, if it's taking away from your own positivity and your own happiness and your own being able to manifest something good because you're upset all the time, okay, then what better could happen than to be taken out of that situation, right? So just trust that the universe knows what it's doing, and if you are, if something does happen that you're called out of the situation, then just be okay with it. All right, just know that it's because something better is for you that's coming, okay? And I feel like this message has been ongoing for months. I feel like this is just, we're learning how to deal with these archons, okay? We're learning how to deal with these negative energies. We're 5-dimensional beings living in a 3-dimensional earth with the majority of 3-dimensional beings. So, you have to be able to just, if you want to keep creating something good in your life, then you're going to have to learn to be okay with people that are not on your level, because let's face it, they're everywhere, okay? We're the minority in this, we're not the majority here. So we really have to be able to deal with the other energies. Okay. All right, so Spirit, we have fast changes on the bottom of the deck. Yep. All right, Spirit, tell us about trust your path and enjoy the journey. Spirit, can I get one card, please, for Trust Your Path? Thank you. We have Money Matters in reverse. Expense, save cuts, costs, resource plan ahead. Make an informed choice. Invest your money wisely. All right, this being in reverse, I feel like money's been a bit of an issue for you. Maybe this is, something that's, well, I feel like it's been a problem. Okay. I feel like the money hasn't been coming the way that you need it to in order to maybe move away from this. So Spirit's reminding you that what you do have, you need to put away, okay? And use it effectively for what it is that you need. Maybe this is not the time for silly spending, silly spending, for spending on things that are not, needed. Maybe it's not a good time to be. I feel like, if you like to help other people, maybe this is not the best time for that. It feels like you need to be focusing on yourself and what it is that you need. Spirit, can I get a clarifier on this, please? Transformation changes the natural order of things. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Honestly, I feel like that's, maybe this was in reverse. Maybe you haven't been moving away from this because of money. Maybe you can't see the way that you can because you don't have the finances to do it. I'm looking mostly at this, don't be afraid of the unknown. I feel like Spirit's saying, don't I always take care of everything? Like, just because your money doesn't seem to be where you want it to be doesn't mean that you can't be successful. You do have the universe on your side. I feel like Spirit's saying that's not an issue, okay? And of course it feels like it is, because that's the way this world has always worked. You have to have money to make money to do anything. Everything costs money. But I feel like well, like I said, I don't feel like there's going to be anything you can do about this, and maybe your finances are not where you want them to be, and maybe that makes it scarier because you don't have the resources to make the move. But I feel like you're not going to have a choice. Okay, and Spirit's just letting you know, don't be afraid. You'll be all right. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. How about getting better connections and guide and inner vision? You can get one for that, please. Okay. Loyalty. True friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. Can I get another one? We've got gift. You will discover new talents that will lead to new opportunities. Use opportunities that arise. And we had the savings in reverse. You always need to put something off for a bad day. create savings for the future. That was in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you're working with a couple of people. I feel like this is, I feel like you're going to be working with the other friend, the one that resonates with you a little bit better. Maybe you've been working on developing some new talents with this other person, or for yourself personally, maybe. I feel like there's something that you've been working on that you are just waiting to get started with. Maybe you are being called to focus on that. Okay, I feel like that's what it is. And the savings in reverse. Great savings for the future. I feel like Spirit's really saying don't worry about your money. And I know that sounds wild, okay? But that's what I'm getting. So, alright, tell me about right track, more adventures, take precautions. So what I'm thinking is this thing that you're doing with this other person is going to be quite successful. Okay, maybe you're not going to need money to work with this person. Right ideas. Have an innovative new inspiration, test new ideas, and break out fast. Take action on your ideas. It came out in reverse. I feel like there's something that you've been sitting on, something that you've been learning, that you haven't had the opportunity to start or just haven't started it yet. I feel like Spirit's telling you this is a really good plan. This new thing that you're learning or working on in the beginning stages. I feel like this is going to be. It says it's time to take action. Right track, more adventures, get going. Like great idea. I feel like this thing that you've been learning or newly developing is going to be the breakthrough. With this person who is a loyal friend. Tell us about steady progress, Spirit. I'm not taking these. Steady progress on your own unity bloom, Spirit. Thank you. We have perfect fit, finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this thing is a needed, something that's going to be very popular, something that's needed in your community, something that people are looking for and wanting. And then under this unity blooms, that's, again, I feel like this is about the people that you resonate with, this connection that you have with this other person that you trust, that you see as a loyal friend. It says foster harmony and connection within your community. Nurturing bonds that bring us together. I feel like this is going to help you meet more people in your community. I feel like this is going to be more helpful in your community. Excuse me. It's going to be more sought after. It's going to be the thing that takes off. Okay, I already said that. All right, tell us about trust the process, Spirit. Thank you. Home base. placed. Home is the harbor of the soul, the safest place you can be. Change your environment. Okay. For some of you, I feel like this is these ones that you're having a hard time with. I feel like you might live with these people. Okay, maybe it is time to change your home environment. Some of you, maybe you're working in a business office space that with people that you don't work well with. Okay, and maybe it's time for you to move your business home. Either way, I feel like something's going to change here in your either in your home or in one of your environments. Okay, either you're going to be bringing business home or you're going to be changing home. All right, but Spirit's saying trust the process. Even when this fiery climax approaches, you will be taken care of. Everything's going to be just fine. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got new beginning. You will start a new job and life. Clean sweep over. Hit the reset button. So never fear. Your guides are here. Okay. You know what you need to do. Spirit's saying full speed ahead. All right. No worries. You got this. So if you guys like the way that I read, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Any of that stuff helps the channel. I appreciate all of your efforts, and thank you all for being here with me in this space today. I enjoyed our time together, and I will see you all again soon. You guys have a great Friday, okay? All right, bye-bye.